What's up, everybody? Welcome back to After the Snap. Today is Saturday. That means that Tasha. I'm Tasha Pierce, and this is the weekly wrap up. Right. So this is the show where we will break down some of the bigger news this week in entertainment. I might be joined a little later by a friend, but I just said let me go ahead and get started. Um, and me getting started now, we get our guest, she'll join in. Yeah, I guess I just wanted to get myself started. A motor's not going just yet. I've been having a few pretty bad days of sleep. so so I got to get my motor running so that I can be ready to talk this ish with y'all today. Um I don't as you can see, as usual, per usual, I have the itinerary of what's up, Lysandra? I have the itinerary or the agenda of what's going to be going on in the description. We're not going to get to all of that today. I'm almost 100% sure that we're not getting to each and every one of these articles. However, there are some big ones this week. There wasn't a lot of little stuff trickling in for me. The big stuff we're going to get to. The big stuff we're going to get to. And if you can see my thumbnail, you already know what one of the big things is for me. I'm not going. I'm not going to go into it too much right now. I'm gonna wait to see who we get in the chat because I'm a little disappointed. As you can see from the thumbnail, I feel like WB just keeps breaking my heart, and it's not necessarily intentional. I mean, they're not trying to hurt my feelings, but we'll get to that later on in the show. As y'all are coming in, I just wanted to say hello. Don't want to be out here trying to greet people at 3 o'clock, and then at that time I need to be starting the show. So here we are, 2:52. What's going on in your world? What you got happening today, Lysandra? Or anybody else that's out there? Because I know it's somebody else out there. I just don't know who you are. So yeah, let me know what kind of day y'all been having. Let me know if my mic and everything is coming across well. Hit the like button. I got y'all. Yeah, y'all came here to do some work. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Tell me how my mic sound. Tell me how your day going. Hell, we got 7 minutes to burn. So tell me something. I haven't even eaten a thing today. And we're moving. Of course, I'm trying to. Oh, I forgot it. You guys were doing a balloon release at 4. Okay. So they doing a balloon release for Lysandra's mother. May her soul rest in peace. But they are remembering Lysandra's mother this weekend. So that's a beautiful thing. Um, I guess I had it, and I'm going to mention it again. Don't forget to turn your clocks forward at 2 o'clock. I know how much we hate to lose that freaking hour, but here we are. We're at the time of the year where we lose an hour to gain an hour of daylight. So 2 a.m. If you are not up at 2 a.m., you need to do it before you go to bed. Go ahead on and set that clock forward 1 hour so that you ain't an hour behind all day long tomorrow. I mean, you're going to still feel like it. It's not going to change how you feel. And your phones and some of your stuff will do it automatically. But yeah, your body, especially once you get to be a certain age. I don't know how old most of my well, I do know how old most of my audience is, but I'm not gonna tell y'all ages. But yeah, it starts to get hard to rebound after that fucking hour, that 1 hour, it can just disorient you for the entire day. That is how I am usually with the daylight savings time. I'm really happy when we fall back. Now it's that spring forward that I can't get with until we're like in the middle of daylight savings time, and then I'll be like, oh, there go that hour. So yeah, remember to turn your clocks. That's really all I was trying to say. Remember to turn your clocks. Also, remember that I have been uploading a lot of videos here. I've got a few of my patrons who have said, "Hey, we don't have time to sit and watch you do a whole live stream," and I get it. I need to start cutting these live streams up so that people can just find the topic that they're looking for. But until I get to that point where I stop being that freaking lazy, until I get to that point, I am still uploading videos. So this week I did some movie reviews. My Film Review Friday movie was a movie that came on Netflix. It was called The Weekend Away. So that movie review is up. I also have reviews for a movie called Kimmy, Sucker Punch. I'm working on one for a movie called Fresh. I watched The Adam Project yesterday, so that one is going to be coming soon. There's a lot of movie reviews, and then I've also started doing Picard reviews, uh, Picard review videos as a companion to our Stream Something Sunday conversation. So if you want a full and complete review of Star Trek Picard season 2, episodes 1 and 2, there are 2 videos on the YouTube page. And if you just want to be part of the loose conversation that we are going to be doing on Sundays for Stream Something Sunday, watch the video. You'll know what I thought, and then come on and join us for Stream Something Sundays at 6 p.m. Central Time on Sunday. Lysandra is asking about The Weekend Away. Was that on Netflix? It was. It was. And I am not going to talk too much about it because I do want people to watch my video. That's some work, y'all. I had to do a lot of freaking work to put that video up. So I'm like, shoot, if I'm gonna be putting videos up, I'm not gonna talk about it no other time. Y'all gonna watch my freaking videos. Yes, you are. um, so we got a little bit of time, and I see D is getting set to join me. She's not here yet, so I guess I better put these on, huh? You liked it, Lysandra? You watched The Weekend Away? Yep, I'm not gonna talk about it. You're gonna have to watch that video, girl. I put in too much work. But yeah, I'd appreciate it if you watched it. I know you say it was good. You liked it, apparently. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. There's a movie, one of my film something on a Film Review Friday movies is going to be Fresh. Freaking fresh. Freaking fresh. So that one stars Sebastian Stan. It came on Hulu. So if that's something, it's on Hulu right now. It's called Fresh. And if you want to if you want to watch it before I put my review up, I'm putting my review up. I don't even think it's coming this Friday. I think this Friday is going to be the Adam Project. And then next Friday is going to be Fresh. So I'm really 2 videos ahead. Oh, because I've been working. Okay, I see D. Let me see. I see the top of D's head. I don't know if she's ready. I see the top of her head, but I don't know if she's ready. I don't want to turn her on if she ain't. Oh, she chose to mute herself. Okay. Well, let me know when you're ready, D, because I'm ready. It is 3 o'clock. Um, and of course, you can see that the big story for me is those moves that have been going on with the WB. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about off the top, just so that we can let Dee get herself prepared over there, is I know most of us, if not all of us, grew up on Sesame Street, not living on Sesame Street. No, we grew up watching Sesame Street. uh, okay. Okay, so we grew up watching Sesame Street, and it's always so very heartbreaking when one of the cast members from that show that's been running ever since I was a little bitty girl uh passes away. Emilio Delgado has passed away. He was the fix-it shop owner on Sesame Street named Luis. He was 81 years old. And yeah, he passed away, but he can rest well knowing that he influenced, impacted so many young people over the time, over his lifespan, the 40 some years that he was on Sesame Street. Uh, there were a very few, like I lived in Gary, Indiana growing up. Um, there was a very few Mexican Americans that I knew, and Luis was one of them. So, as a little girl, yes, he was a member of Sesame Street and the Sesame Street family for over 50 years. And his warmth and humor invited children to share a friendship that has echoed through generations. And I I can vouch for that he definitely, in fact, the entire Sesame Street family influenced me, impacted me, passed that on to my son, and hopefully with a grandchild on the way that we'll get to watch some Sesame Street together as well. It is a family, uh, almost a damn tradition. Sesame Street. I don't know. You ready, D? Oh, okay. All right. So I have already let you guys know that D was going to be joining us. So I'm going to go ahead and patch her little self in.
Oh, my little self.
Yeah, your little self.
Hey,
What
hi
it do?
everybody. Sorry I'm late. I was having sound difficulties. I don't know. It
You
was
know,
working.
you're not really that late. I started a little early so I could get the small talk on out the way.
I know. I was like, is my time wrong? It's like
No,
she
you
started
were
way
correct.
early.
You're not really particularly late. It was me starting early.
Oh, I
So,
saw that. I was gonna be one of my stories. I loved him in
about Sesame
Sesame Street.
Street. Well,
Yes.
what did you? I mean, how do you feel about it?
I
Because
cried.
yeah, it is. It is.
I cried so bad. And my mom was like, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, "Louise died." Because you know what? Now that I'm older, I sit back and I think about how I felt when I was the age of, the small age of, so to watch Sesame Street. And I'm gonna just say, like, I had no clue. I knew that they were different, all the different people, they look different,
Ooh,
different
I can
color,
hear you
whatever the
without
case may
this.
be.
Shoot.
But I never I wasn't particularly, I guess as a kid looking through kids' eyes, didn't think of it as a big deal. Thought that's how it was supposed to be. And now
Right.
fast forward 46 years, it's just like, really? This was a thing that I lived through, that I watched every day, didn't know how impactful it would be. of what people will be saying down the line. And I'm like,
Mhm.
man, like kids really just get it. They just like, okay, they're there, they're supposed to be there, and they just move on. It's like when we get older, that's when we get more messed up. I was
Mhm.
gonna say something else.
Because when we were children, I get what you're saying. We saw, okay, this person might look different than us, but everybody looks different. Nobody looks just like me. So everybody looks different. You don't
Yeah.
realize that at this young age, you're being introduced to an entirely different ethnicity, racial group,
Yes.
and you're seeing that they're just like you. They go through the exact same kinds of problems, concerns. They love their family, might eat a little different. Yeah, we might dress a little different.
Yeah.
But inwardly and inherently, we are the same. We all
Yeah.
want the same things.
Yeah.
Sesame Street was
We get
wonderful for
cut. We
teaching
all
that.
the same color.
Yeah, yeah. Sesame Street was
It just,
wonderful for
and I'm
teaching
like,
those
man, it was.
lessons.
I'm like, I just sit back and I think about all the stuff that we going through, and like, how you say, oh, the old people talk about their history, but we get ready to be them old people
We
that's
already
talking
are.
about our history.
Because once our generation started having grandkids, that's it. We are passing on history, and we got to make sure we get it right. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these
Yeah.
kids, uh they either don't know,
Or
or they
don't want
know.
to know.
They might not want to know. I don't care what you want to know, though. Sometimes we got to tell you stuff. But these kids, sometimes they don't know, or sometimes they think they know, and they've been given kind of erased history. Because look, you
Hmm.
think about what we teach our kids versus what our white counterparts will teach their children. It's going to be some difference, especially if they're that no CRT, no critical race theory. You got to teach kids what happened.
But that's the bad part about it. Well, maybe the part I don't know if people like know out loud or even think about out loud is a lot of people, period, children are being taught a certain way in their home, whether they black, white, Hispanic, whatever the case may be. But then when you get out there in that real world, and the ones that actually have sense and don't let what they've been told take over before they experience the situation themselves, they get out here and they like, man, I wasn't told the right stuff,
Yeah,
or I was taught wrong.
this is counter to the programming that I
Yeah,
received. That's-
right. And it's like, I remember I was going to school online, college online, and they it was in a group with these women, and we were talking about I can't remember what we were talking about, but we had to do with race. And I told them, as a black child, you have to be taught from the beginning what to expect when you go outside, this, that, and the other, and the dangers for you as a black person. Do you know? I think she was a white lady. She, you're teaching hate. I said, no, I'm teaching them how to be aware.
right, and had a lot.
Be
Okay,
aware of your surroundings.
we not gonna stay on it for too long because we
Yeah,
did
I'm
talk about
sorry.
this.
I
No,
had
I'm not.
came in with a rant.
I'm going into something else, but it fits what you were just saying. But I'm not gonna stay on it for too long because it's something we talked about on Wednesday's show, and that was the Ryan Coogler situation. So if Ryan Coogler would have reacted differently
It would have
in
been
that
a whole different
situation,
outcome.
and this is not something that I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've got white friends. I love y'all to death,
Yeah.
but this situation would have been handled a whole heck of a lot differently if it if
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 he
it
was
were a
another
white
color,
person.
if he had on a suit, looking
Even
the
if,
part,
because look, that man can walk into a bank at any time. He is still multimillionaire Ryan Coogler.
but he's still black, and his
Exactly.
reality is
But the
still there.
problem to me is the reality is one thing.
Yeah,
The way they handled that situation,
it's wrong.
they went straight to the guns. They
Yeah,
were straight to pulling their guns, and he called them on it. So y'all pulling the Glocks immediately? Y'all not gonna talk to me, ask me no questions.
Nothing.
I'm
No.
just standing in the bank. He wasn't doing anything wrong.
Because it's do as I say. Because now you go into a whole nother story. Is I'm above you, so you got to do what I tell you to do, no matter what, because I'm the police.
And he handled himself very well.
Because he
He could be
knew.
but this is what I'm saying. He should be a textbook because this is a person who should not have gone through this. And I mean, we
Nope.
can go back months to Dominique Wilkins in Atlanta facing the same
Where
type
he
of thing
used to
in a
play.
restaurant. So these are things that just continue to happen.
Yeah.
Despite your
Over them.
status, you're still
Yeah.
because what they
It
see
shows you
first,
no matter who, no matter
well,
where you
they
are
don't,
in life,
yeah, they don't know. See,
and they
our
don't want to know.
celebrities a lot of times ain't they celebrities,
What
so
did what did
they don't know
Doughboy
our
say?
celebrities.
What did Doughboy say in Boys? Was it Boys in the Boys in the Hood? Either they don't know, they won't show, or care about what's going on in the hood.
Right. So yeah, it's just a really really weird because going back to Sesame Street, um as a young person, we watched Sesame Street. No matter what color you were, all the little characters they represented the entire rainbow. All of the
Yes.
live alive characters represented the entire world as far as who you would see in the neighborhood. These are the people in my neighborhood. Yeah, those people, the people that you meet when you're walking down the street, they're the people that you meet
Yeah.
each day.
But think the other part about it, when you was in kindergarten, I didn't care. I just wanted to play.
Yeah.
You over there, you got a toy that look like I want to play with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were not. Hate is a learned
Yes, it
it's
is.
a learned behavior. It
And
is
I tell
not
that people that
something.
all the time. And you can
Mhm.
unlearn something anytime you want to,
Yep. When you know
especially when
better,
it's right there in your face.
yep, you know better. You tend to do better when you know better, and yeah. But
Definitely.
that is the sad story for today was that we lost another one of the OG Sesame Street
Yes.
people, and I really I can't wait to baby Ashmere. That's baby's name. Can't wait till baby Ashmere makes his grand appearance, and probably shouldn't be saying his name like that, but I'm going to. Um, baby Ashmere makes his appearance, and I can maybe hopefully show him some of the things uh, that we enjoyed as young people,
Yes.
and teach them better than what
Yes.
some of these
I'm
people are
telling
being
you.
taught.
It amazes me sometimes when I hear how Devontae and Devon playing old music. I'm like, you don't know nothing about that. Like, Mama, you played this all the time. Like, you remember this? Well, okay.
I laugh at my son. He has such eclectic taste in music. It's all over the place.
Yeah.
But one of his favorite artists, and you'll hear it all freaking night, is what is her name? Real jazzy, Sade.
Uh-huh.
Now, look, when you start talking about a little kid listening to Sade, I'd be like, boy, what have you been through? Because he has done it since he was a child. That is an influence of us,
Yes.
between me and his daddy. I wasn't no Sade listener. Daddy was. So that's where he got that from.
Uh, uh-huh.
So
Talk
when we
about
start
that
to
one
know
later.
better about things, though, I guess we do better, right? That's the saying. We're gonna continue to roll with the saying, and this situation that we're gonna talk about for a little bit here is about Bob Chapek again, because I brought it up on Wednesday's show because on Wednesday Bob Chapek's answer or response to this "Don't Say Gay"
Wasn't a good one.
controversy, it was very lackluster. He had a very, very lackluster response. In fact, I'm going to tell you a little bit of what he said and then how he tried to, and I'm not going to say he's trying. Some people try, some people do. So I'm hoping that what he's doing is doing, and that he is making amends for the way he flubbed it the first time around. Um, but look, I'm gonna start with what his first initial response was, and his initial response was to not condemn it. You know, he doesn't ever have to say, I'm not going to ever say that Bob Chapek has to say, I agree with it. But you have to, at least for the sake of your company, say, oh, I condemn telling people, how to raise their children in their home, or what they think is. I would have expected that. I just did not expect for him to really say a whole lot of nothing. I'm trying to, while I'm talking, trying to find a quote.
Well,
Go ahead.
I'm glad he didn't just go off the handle and say some old. So we've seen some people open their mouth and really, you should just be quiet. Maybe he didn't know how to say. Maybe he didn't even think. I don't know. Maybe he didn't think he was gonna get that question.
Oh, you have
Maybe
to.
he
You have
probably.
to know you getting the question.
Maybe
You in Florida?
maybe he was like, the best thing for me to do right now is not to say too much. But maybe he should have said, hey, let me think about that question a little bit more, or something to the point where it wouldn't have hit him so bad. Because he gonna have to do a lot of recovering now.
Okay, so
And I just want him to
Bob
know that
Chapek.
that's not the reason why I canceled his subscription.
Oh, Bob Chapek is kind of the new CEO of Disney. So a week ago, the old CEO of Disney, Bob Iger, the one that everybody loves, the one who put the company on the trajectory that it's on now, Bob Iger. A week ago, Bob Iger spoke out. He criticized the controversial legislation on Twitter, warning that it would put vulnerable young LGBTQ people in jeopardy. That was a week ago that the former CEO spoke. So, if the former CEO came out and made a public statement a week ago, the current CEO should have too.
Now.
That was your blueprint. That
Well,
was
Bob,
you. Yeah.
I tried to help you a little bit.
It ain't no help.
And none.
It ain't no help.
None.
Because this is all he had to say. Oh, it's something that could really, they need to rethink this situation, because just because we don't talk about transgender people or gay people does not mean that they cease to exist. So these young people, right, these young people who at a point in their life need some kind of guidance are going to miss that guidance because we got grown adult people being petty about power. We got the power to say that you can't say these words in the classroom. Don't say gay. What? Does that change? Because remember, there was once upon a time, it was Black people. So they were doing it to us and we didn't like it. So now when we have an opportunity to, I'm not saying go out there and get your bullhorn, but at least be knowledgeable and at least be empathetic. These people are going through a very different, I'm going to say a different kind of dilemma with a young person who is unsure about their sexuality or about what is being presented to them. Oh, my teacher has a wife and she's a lady. How does that work? How do you explain that? They should be able to explain that. I went off on my
no, go ahead, because I feel the same way you do. It's just why are we so afraid of explaining?
Right.
It works so much better.
They so scared. What they are scared of is, oh, if we talk about it, it's going to turn our kids gay. Really? Really? You don't think that your child recognizes or realizes,
sees the difference.
Right.
They're like, oh, you know what? I know I got a mommy and daddy at home, but every day, and they'll tell you that every day, two mommies pick them up or two ladies,
And
or
I
then
can't, yeah, I can't,
you,
or just some kids are not even lucky enough to have a two-parent home.
yeah,
So we explain that, right?
yep,
We don't have a
yeah,
problem saying
too
sometimes
explicit.
mommies and daddies don't get along, but they still love you. We say that. So why wouldn't we
Yeah,
be able to explain,
it's
oh
the
gosh.
same, but it's like that about sex. They don't want to talk to the kids and tell them, you give them the version that they're going to understand. Now if they got some questions other than that, ask them, but when they get older, then you explain more. But no, they don't want them to know nothing. They don't want the kids to know what the proper name of it is, nothing. And so when things happen to them, they can't even explain how they're feeling or what happened,
Right.
because they don't know the proper name of it.
Right.
And then
They can explain it to the people in their home because they use all the same little words.
yeah,
But when somebody outside of the home and it's just happened and I got to explain it to the teacher or the principal, now I got to hear the words that you've taught your child when those
exactly.
words in my house might mean something entirely different. So, yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you a story. I forgot who the story is about, but the story my mom was telling me that one of the kids had learned, one of her friends' kids had learned the word penis, and went to school and told everybody that he had a penis. And his teacher called her. It was like, I can't believe you told them what a penis was. Like, why would you do that? Now he's came and told all the kids, and all the parents are upset.
Why the parents upset?
I said,
The child told the truth, right? He did have a penis.
he didn't say nothing dirty.
Right. It'd be different if he said something that he didn't have, and if he was lying,
Or
he
used
has a
the
penis.
street name for it.
Right. Would you have preferred that he said I got a dick?
No.
That would have been ugly. We don't say stuff like that in the classroom unless the kid's name is Dick. Then you call the kid Dick. Other than that, we don't call kids dicks, and we don't talk about dicks in the classroom. Penises are okay. Oh gosh. Look, but before we wrap up Bob Chapek, what he said, because I was looking for it, he said corporate statements do very little to change outcomes or minds. And you know what? That might be true. You might not change the mind of anybody on the outside or the lawmakers who passed this controversial legislation, but the people who work for you, they'll know that you had their back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it ain't like there are no LGBTQ people working at Disney. Speak for them. You're
Yeah.
not speaking for the entire world. You're speaking for you and your company. Basically, your company, to be honest. We don't
Yep.
care about your politics, even your company. So when he finally got it right, he said, I truly believe we are an infinitely better and stronger company because of our LGBTQ plus community. I missed the mark in this case, but I am an ally you can count on, and I'll be an outspoken champion for the protections, visibility, and opportunity you deserve. He added, promising that Disney is increasing our support for advocacy groups to combat similar legislation in other states. If he would have said that first, there would be no problem.
They had to get the news people something to talk about, I guess.
And furthermore, I feel like he didn't write. I feel like he didn't write this.
Well, yeah, you know that.
Yeah, I feel like
He
that
like, he like,
after.
look, I don't even know what to say without putting my foot in my mouth, or I don't know what to say because I really don't care. Somebody need to take care of this for me, so I can just go up there and read it from this paper.
Now, we still had some of the stars, Mark Ruffalo, Vincent D'Onofrio, a few other people have come out and say, yes, great job, Bob. Thank you for coming out and making such a strong statement. Um, damn near 2 weeks late. But anyhow, the bottom line is better late than never. I guess he said it. And he said a lot more. He wrote a memo, and do I want to read the entire memo? Let's read it. It says, to my fellow colleagues, but especially our LGBTQ plus community, thank you to all who have reached out to me sharing your pain, frustration, and sadness over the company's response to the Florida Don't Say Gay bill. Speaking to you, reading your messages, and meeting with you have helped me better understand how painful our silence was. It's clear that this is not just an issue about a bill in Florida, but instead yet another challenge to basic human rights. You needed me to be a stronger ally in the fight for equal rights, and I let you down. I'm sorry. Our employees see the power of this great company as an opportunity to do good. I agree. Yes, we need to use our influence to promote that good by telling inclusive stories, but also by standing up for the rights of all. Starting immediately, we are increasing our support for advocacy groups. I read that part, right? He said, and today we are pausing all political donations in the state of Florida pending this review. But I know there is so much more work to be done. I'm committed to do this work and to you all, and will continue to engage with the LGBTQ plus community so that I can become a better ally. You will hear more about our progress in the coming weeks. I truly believe we are an infinitely better and stronger community because of our LGBTQ plus community. And yeah, he said he was going to give them the protections, visibility, and opportunity they deserve. That was the totality of the statement. And this one was a stronger, far more supportive take on this "Don't Say Gay" mess because it's mess.
It is. It is. It just seems like they jump from one situation to the next. Now it's don't say gay. First is abortions. I'm like, well, okay, well, what's next?
But see that's still going on over here.
Yeah.
Now this is Florida is just saying, oh, well, let me get in the game now. Since they can get away with telling women that they can't have abortions and that we can't even, if you notice a child is transgender in the state of Texas, your teacher is supposed to report that. So yeah, they get away with that shit. Then we can get away over here with saying don't say gay. And it won't be long before more states start to pile on. And where do these people go? Where do they go if I can't be gay in Florida? I can't be transgender in Texas. I could damn near hardly be a woman in Texas. What happens when other states start to pile on into this mess? It won't be anywhere that they can go. And guess
Yep.
what? It'll be the closest thing to being black that they would
I'm
even
about to say
understand.
that.
Gosh, if you black and LGBTQ, imagine living like that. We got to do
Yep.
better. I put this up here as a reminder to change your clocks. I said it at the top, but I even had to remind myself by putting this in here to make sure that I said we are springing forward at 2 a.m. So
But
at 2,
you need to
2
put that on the backslide too, in the very last slide.
it's harder to forget now with everything changing itself because you can screw your whole life up in the 90s by forgetting to turn your clock forward. Now it
Boy,
seems like,
I was late every time. Late every doggone time.
yeah, so now we get an opportunity where these things will change for you. But if you forget to go to bed at a reasonable time, all right, talk to you later, bud. Have a good one.
Bye, Bun.
Yeah, but if you forget, oh, it's daylight savings time, and you fuck around and stay up that extra hour or that extra 2 hours, like, oh, I can be at work till 8 tomorrow, but 8 is really 7. You're
Yep.
gonna get up and you're gonna be so tired. So anyhow, change your clocks. Oh, and now this guy.
Oh,
I, you know what? I actually forgot that this stuff was still going on with him. Like I thought, I remember us talking about Juicy when he
This
when
is
he
for
was
juicy.
found guilty, but I didn't remember that we had
Yeah.
not gotten to the point of sentencing yet. I literally had blocked this out, and now we find out that Jussie Smollett gets 150 days in jail, 30 months probation over this faked attack, and he says, "I am not suicidal. I am innocent." I don't believe you. You need more people. I believe that you're not suicidal. This innocent thing, you're gonna have to do a little bit more to sell me on, Jussie. What do you what do you got for
He should
Juicy?
just look. Yeah, you know what? He makes me so sick. I'm so sick of him. I'm so glad. I hope this is it because you know what? You tried to do this as a stunt, so your star would shine brighter. And guess what? Your shit dim as
Yeah,
hell.
he ruined
And
his
he was
brand.
getting paid $132,000 per episode, and it's at least 8 episodes in
Mhm.
one season. And this is what you do. You just said one night, you just hey, let me make up this thing. And we sitting here fighting about hate crimes, and you made up a false fucking hate crime.
Just
And
make it up.
now if they are people already looking at you crazy, they're looking at black people crazy, and here you go do this.
Yeah,
I just can't believe it. And then you want everybody to be on your side. It's hard for you to be on your side because this wasn't even nothing that someone spun you into. You did this all by yourself.
yeah, and it was a
And
bad, just a really bad uh plan. Like this is not that the shit that he said happened is not stuff that you typically see happen in Chicago. It might be a
yeah,
whole
you
different
know
kind of crime.
how many pork chops and hamburgers and Polar sausages I done got at 1, 2 in the morning, and fries and all them great onions, which I can't wait to get there to get. But I didn't see none of in the 90s. We never had none of this go on. Everybody trying to get their food because they had been coming from the club, and they hungry, and they just trying to get back to Indiana for anything jump off.
Right. And to me, because he is from a family of actors, you freaking ruined the Smollett name, dude. Like his sister is rising, and I'm like, you're blowing it for her
Didn't
because she
even think
shares the
about
last
her.
name.
Didn't even think about her. I was telling my mama that because she didn't know who his sister was.
Mhm.
I had to go all the way back to Eve's Bayou, and then I said, "Oh no, you watched Lovecraft." She was in Lovecraft, so she been in
Mhm.
a whole bunch of other things, but she remembered those two.
Yeah, Lovecraft was fantastic with
I
her.
was just like, you just messed up the name. Your sister got to battle between sticking up for you, coming, being at your aid, coming to court, versus all the ridicule in the world coming at her, coming at your family. For what?
Right. Now, I still got a little problem with him getting 150 days, and we got some people who ran up in the freaking Capitol building who got 1 month, 2 months. Now, if we can get 150 days, that's 5 months in prison or in jail. He's not going to prison, he's going to jail. You got 5 months in jail for whooping your own ass and lied about it versus a month in jail or 2 months in jail for running up in the freaking Capitol building, shitting and pissing. All that, excuse my French, but this is what they did. Ain't no sugarcoating. Not over here. They shit and pissed all over the doggone Capitol building. They stole
Defiled
stuff.
it
They
in
broke
every
windows.
way.
They fought police officers. They did everything that everybody say that they hate to see people doing when it's a riot or a protest or whatever. Oh, well, it was fine until you got violent. Well, okay, they were fine until they got violent. They got 2 months, 30 days, and some people nothing. This man whooped his
I,
own ass and lied about it. He got 5 months in jail.
honestly, I think like when they do stuff like this, because this is a segue in the whole something else. I think when people do any type of falsification of anything, any kind, like anything like this and more, or defamation, I think they should go to jail. Because see, that's gonna cut people out from doing that. Because right now they literally that nobody probably too much have been punished for something like this. But now they saying, oh, wait a minute. If you say somebody did something to you and they didn't do it to you, and then come to find out they didn't, and then you done already put it out there, put their name out there, I think you should be able to sue them, and I think they should go to jail for lying, falsification documentation.
Yeah, I I don't know, Jesse Smollett, man, you messed up, sir,
And
and
now
you
you
still
trying to alert
doubling down.
somebody that they trying to kill you. You might
Yeah, if
get you
something
might
happened
get
to
beat
you,
up real
like,
good.
right, he's not that important. Like, I can understand because what he's talking about is like pretty much the Epstein. Yeah, I can understand why they suicided him in prison because he had dirt on a lot of powerful people. So a lot of careers would have been ended
Oh
if
crap.
Jeffrey Epstein would have lived.
Oh yeah.
You better be watching out for Jillian
His
Maxwell.
girlfriend.
Yeah,
That I
Jillian
haven't,
Maxwell.
without digging or look for, I haven't even looked it up. But I haven't even heard nothing on the news about it. So I'm gonna have to look.
About her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's still there.
Cause some
I
tell me
think
she's gonna get off too, because she knows a lot too.
yeah, she's got the exact same type of evidence that they believed that Epstein had, which is that ledger that was those. I don't know. Do you write shit down like that? Like, if I'm doing dirt with you, I'm not writing it down. I'm sorry. I don't know. They write everything down and they keep meticulous notes.
But that's because that's the way they get what they need when they need what they need. So
Yeah.
so if they know that this is going to be recorded, or if that person wrote it down, then they can literally, get whatever they want and hold that over their head. And so now that these people, these prominent people know that this is going on, yeah, they don't want nobody to know that.
Yeah, no, they don't want nobody to know that they've been out a lot doing all kinds of funky stuff with these children. Because that's really what it comes down to. Y'all out here messing around with kids, with
Mm-hmm.
children. And now the shit they caught up to you, and you want to start to kill everybody who could blow the whistle.
And you will hear prosecuting people for doing the stuff that you doing.
Yeah, you on the list.
They don't even know it's a pedophile in their neighborhood. They $4 million neighborhood.
Inviting children over there to give massages to a billionaire. No, thank you. Warner Brothers Discovery, the stuff that dreams are made of. So if you are a fan of Warner Brothers, which if you like a lot of the stuff that's on HBO Max, then you are a fan of Warner Brothers. Believe it or not, you are. And Discovery, if you're a fan of Discovery, this might be good news for you, where Warner Brothers and Discovery, the merger between those two companies has been approved. So now they're going to be known as Warner Brothers Discovery. This is going to be their new little logo or whatever you call it. Their merger has been approved. We should see the combining of these two companies moving forward. And a lot of people are upset behind the notion that they could merge because it's creating these big monopolies in TV and movie making. But I don't know. Tell me how you feel before I start expounding. tell me, how do you feel about these kinds of mergers? Like when we saw Disney buy up 20th Century Fox, and now
Mm-hmm.
it's got, now Disney owns the rights to everything that Fox owned, plus all of their Disney stuff. So now we have this with Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers and Discovery teaming up. Now they got one big massive catalog, and moving forward, you got to go through both companies to do work. What do you think about that? Doesn't even matter to you.
I mean, long as they not, I don't know the impact of that, of what those two. Other than they have rights and um, opportunity for way bigger and better things, and everything is merged together. I guess it's kind of like when AT&T tried to buy up a. Only way I think it'd be different is when you don't give everybody an opportunity to buy in. So like everybody's gonna have to come through this big company to get what they need. I kind of see what they're talking about.
It is almost becoming, everything is becoming a monopoly.
And they're gonna find a loophole
Yeah, and
if
then
you
they
tell
start
them they
back.
can't do it.
I think it's already a wrap now. So now that it is a wrap, the merger has been approved
Mm-hmm.
by the shareholders, and it's been approved by, I don't forgot what agency in the United States has to approve those things too. It's been approved by everybody that has to approve it. But
Mm-hmm.
when I am a filmmaker, or I am pitching a series, this makes it a smaller group
Smaller
that I can
pool.
even pitch to. I have to go through a HBO Max or a Disney, or if I wanted to avoid them. If I
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to, because you still got your Peacocks, you still got your Paramount Pluses. But believe it or not, those are conglomerates as well. Um,
Yeah, they just
Even
babies right
Amazon
now.
just bought MGM. So there are, like, the building of these big muscle bound brands, I guess, is making it harder for an independent filmmaker or a person who is making pitching series or pitching scripts. It limits the pool of people that you can send your stuff to, because now everything is owned by the same 4 or 5 groups. um I don't
I'm
know if
thinking, I'm like, are these companies just like, because I didn't look up any of the companies that they were. Are they going under, or they just it's just time to sell,
they're not going under.
or they just getting the money and getting out?
They're buying, and it's not a situation all the time. I'll say in some cases it is, but it's not a situation all the time where this company is going under. It's like, will this company, or would this company benefit from having the big bank that this company has, or the big name, or the CEO structure, the structure, those kinds of things?
Mm-hmm.
Would this smaller brand benefit from being under the umbrella with this bigger one? And in our situation with Warner, believe it or not, Discovery is the one that was like, we'll save you from yourselves, because you guys are doing the most. Warner is a heartbreaking company. It's a freaking, it will ruin a wet dream.
Oh, that's not
Warner.
good.
Yes. So this, I hope that being under the Discovery umbrella changes things. I still love a lot of what goes on HBO Max. I love a lot of I love a lot of the movies and characters they have at Warner. But
Yes,
they just singing
I
to
don't know
they want
how.
to hurt our feelings.
I went in there and turned it back on for HBO. I'm like, I was trying to get rid of y'all.
Well, Warner, like I said, that was the good news. The merger was approved. I guess the bad news is, again, they breaking my heart. And it's crazy because the other day, I was just talking about them Wednesday. I was like, yes, they are on the move. They are going up in the right direction. The Batman was a fantastic movie. They got all these other movies coming out this year. Yes. And then I'm talking the same day, like a matter of just a few hours later, they
Wow.
let us know, first and foremost, that Black Adam was moving. And it's moved from July 29th of this year to October 21st. So this is a movie that they have been threatening, and I've been using these terms for at least the last 3 or 4 years when talking about
Yeah.
this movie. I've been saying this sentence. They've been threatening us with this movie for X amount of years, and we still ain't got it. I have said that for years and years. They've been threatening us with that Dwayne Johnson Black
Yeah.
Adam. We ain't never getting it. And then this year, it was like right within our reach, girl. This
Couple
year they was
months.
giving it to us.
I was excited about that. You know, I like me some rock.
And now we got to go from waiting till July to waiting clean until October. It's damn near my son's birthday. So we've already waited a decade. What's a few more months? It's a lot.
Yeah, you got your hopes all up high. Same way I feel about John Wick. Guess what? They didn't win a whole year.
Well, if this was the only bad news,
Wait a minute, ain't Warner in control of John Wick, or is it Universal?
I think that's Universal.
Okay, because I'm about to say, yeah, I'm really getting mad now.
Yeah, if this was the only bad news, that this movie was moving from July to October, then I might be like, okay, but we got all these other movies. But then you start to look at what they've done with the rest of the schedule. First and foremost, one movie that moved the DC League of Super Pets, not something I'm interested in at all. It's I believe it's animated, and it is going to be voiced by The Rock. The Rock is voicing Crypto the Super Dog, and I think Kevin Hart is voices.
Yeah,
The League of Super Pets is probably going to be fantastic for you and your children. Unfortunately, you ain't going to see it in May anymore. Now you got to wait till July, because it takes the spot that Black Adam was once in. Now, The Flash. That
is
is
this
another
because
movie.
of the merger?
Well, I'm going to go through these, and then I'm going to tell you the why that they gave me. And
But
then we're going to talk.
Don't sound like you believe that why.
I don't.
You was like, the why that they gave me?
Yeah, The Flash. Y'all know I've been looking forward to The Flash now. The Flash is moving from November 4th of this year to June 23rd of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Aquaman is moving. Remember, I've been talking about that Aquaman. I'm like, they probably should move Aquaman because it's coming face to face with Avatar. Well, they moved Aquaman from December 16th to March 17th, 2023. Now, Willy Wonka moved from March 17th, where Aquaman is going. Now it's coming out December 15th, 2023. So it's going to come out alongside of Avatar, which is probably a little better because we got something to complain about in just a second. This is probably a better move because Wonka is probably more of a family kind of Christmas movie. You want that movie to be out when the kids are getting out for Christmas and all. I get that. And I also get that it's an entirely different audience than the people who would go to see Avatar, right? But then Shazam, Fury of the Gods, is coming out the very next day. So Wonka is coming out December 15th. Shazam, Fury of the Gods, instead of coming out June of 2023, they pushed it up to December 16th, 2022, which now makes it battle against its own movie, Wonka, and Avatar. Like the people who are going to see Wonka are families, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shazam is more of a family movie. It's not a typical superhero fare. And
Right.
why would you put this movie up against your own Willy Wonka movie?
I didn't even know they were coming out with another Willy Wonka. I don't understand why. Did
I
you
like the
enjoy Willy
kid.
Wonka?
I like the kid that's playing Willy Wonka this time around.
Oh,
But I'm not. It's just not my genre. So maybe it'll be a little different with a child around. But yeah, it's just not my genre. It wouldn't be something that I went to go see. But I do like Timothy Chalamet. And then the Meg 2. Did you watch the original Meg movie
um,
about the
no.
big the
About the
big shark?
who?
It's a big shark, like almost damn
Yeah,
near a prehistoric shark.
because I was
I
about
like
to ask you what's Meg.
Yeah, that was with Jason Statham, and I forgot who else was in it. But Meg 2, The Trench, is now coming out August 4th, 2023. That's a long time. That's over a year from now. I do, that wasn't something that was on my radar. I was really looking forward to, but these other movies, I really was. And they say, D, that it's because of the VFX, the computer generated animation that they have to do on some parts of this of the movie, the big visual effects and all of that. They say, oh, the visual effects houses are backed up, so we can't put our movies out in time because they got a backlog at the movie houses. And I'm like, okay, you put all these movies on the same year to come out together. That ain't my fault. That's your fault. If your movie houses, if your VFX people could not handle
Couldn't organize
all of
it.
what you put out, what you said you was putting out, then you shouldn't have said all this shit. Because now,
Now Tasha is very upset.
and it ain't just me. You take in the air all of the excitement that was built up over these films.
Yep.
You slowly letting the air out of all the people who was excited about this. Now what? Instead of even though I wasn't going to see Super Pets, right? I wasn't going to see Super Pets, but now instead of seeing the Super Pets, the only thing I got to look forward to now is Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which
I
is
was
a
just about to
Disney.
Google. I was just
Yeah.
about to Google that comes out in May. All right, then I'm still happy. I'm still here for that. But I did want to see me some rock.
Yeah. But this is what I'm saying. You're as far as WBDC is concerned, you're pushing your fan base into the arms of the competition because Disney is not postponing their shit. They already postponed Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness once, but they
They
let
said
us
they'll do it
know
again. Yeah.
like a year ahead of time, like, oh, we got to move
Not
this
2 months
date.
before it's supposed to
Not
come out.
This is what I'm saying. My calendar is all fixed.
He said, now you
A
got to
whole
scratch it
freaking
out.
year.
God
I don't
dog
even
it.
care because I probably, like I said, they have gotten to the point where I'm not about to be risking my health and my mental or physical to go to these damn movies to see none of their shit. Especially since we also know that in 45 days, if you could just wait that 45 days, on the 46th day, it's going to be on HBO Max. That to me, you are not giving me no incentive. If I can wait, where's the Shazam? If I can, no, not Shazam, the Flash. If I can wait till June 23rd, 2023 to see a Flash movie that was supposed to come out in November of this year, if I can wait that long, I can wait another 45 freaking days and watch it for free on HBO Max. Now I'm not giving you my money at the theater. That's the way it's just starting to get so they don't have no rhyme or reason about the way they do things, girl. And it's so disappointing because it's not the stars of the movie's fault. I believe that
Mhm.
they are going to give excellent performances, but it's not going to be me.
Yep.
Not just keep sitting and waiting. And then what happens if in May y'all decide, oh no, we need a couple more months? I don't want to hear that shit. I give up. I give up on the
Man,
WB.
that's terrible. They, I know how I feel. How your heart stomped out of, because I would have been seeing John Wick, but no,
But at least even they give you look how
they
far
didn't
in
give me
advance
enough
they
time.
did it. Huh?
They didn't give me enough time to tell me
Girl,
that.
that was a lot of time.
No, it wasn't. Cause
Shoot.
my air is going out of my balloon very, very
Yeah.
slowly.
But it was more than 2 or 3 months. And I can again, I can understand it's something that they couldn't control, which is where other people started putting their movies with them. They're not trying to lose money. I get it. I don't get this. This ain't got nothing to do with the competition unless you're thinking about Aquaman. But then why would you move it so far? Like Aquaman was supposed to come out in December.
Yeah, and
They
it's like
don't
the
want it to
movie was
come out.
already done.
You would
That's what I'm like. Aren't these movies already done? If they're
especially
going to release,
mm-mm.
they're not. You got all these unfinished projects sitting there.
Some of those movies are well, this is what they're saying is the issue. They're saying
Hmm.
that the issue is they they don't have their virtual effects houses or their visual effects houses are not able to keep up with all of these movies that they had scheduled. But then Marvel, we just had Spider-Man No Way Home. We have Doctor Strange. They're finished shooting. Thor Love and Thunder, I think, is finished shooting. Um, they are already shooting the Ant-Man movie that's not supposed to come out till next year. I'm trying to think of what else they had going on. All of these projects, oh, Black Panther, all these projects are being done at the same time. They are not telling us, oh, you guys got to wait a couple of weeks, months, because visual effects, we can't keep up. They're not telling us that. We're just getting the movies. So poor planning. That's what it is, okay?
Very, very poor planning.
Oh gosh. I'm so freaking yeah, I'm tired of I'm tired of WB. They continue to break my heart every freaking week. Every freaking week it's something. uh Nick Cannon's show got canceled since I
Yeah,
could pick
I
up some of
heard,
these
but it's just because the ratings was suck.
I think so. And that's the question really with me is like uh are people interested in that type of content anymore? Like if
It was interested in Wendy.
I mean, were they though? She's messy. She's
That's
not
the
doing.
mess that she provided.
Yeah, yeah. He was trying to do a real, I mean, real. That's not right, but real talk show. And I honestly believe that they just was like, it's just not worth it because the real also got canceled.
Yeah,
And
but from what one of the twins was saying, it was like it just seemed like that you I saw that one coming.
really,
I saw that one coming when Tamar left, and then she was talking about it was toxic. And one of the twins, I can't remember, I think it's Tia. She kind of explained it the same way. It was toxic, so I kind of started seeing, what was going on, and then they all going their separate ways. I don't know how much the baby impacts the new baby. What's her name? Good Lord, Young Jeezy's wife.
uh-huh.
Um, I don't know how that or if that impacted a lot. And I don't know what Lonnie Love is doing other than her, her comedy. Um, and then Andriana, I don't know what she's got going on. I know she had got married a couple of years ago as well. But with the leaving of those two, I kind of figured it was gonna happen soon.
Oh, let's see. And the Warner Brothers. is the producer
Mm.
distributor of The Real, by the way. Just
So they
another.
said they need to make some room. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, so Sherry Shepherd is going to be on the Fox stations. I'm wondering if that's going to do well.
I was just
I
getting ready to say I don't think it is, and it's nothing towards her. It's just I don't see her captivating the audience like that. But I could be wrong.
Yeah. So Nick Cannon, yeah, it ranked as the lowest rated single host daytime syndicated talk show. So I can see why that had to go. Uh I I'm wondering if he's gonna try to, put it someplace else or make another go of it. He's got other work that he's doing, so it's not like he really just needs to be doing this Nick Cannon show. And he also, a lot of the a lot of this little stuff that he do on the side, and I mean this his personal life, they kind of gets brought into it. One of the things about these talk shows, because remember the shows like Donahue
Yeah.
and Oprah,
Uh,
Sally Jesse Raphael. We used
and
to watch this shit. Though that stuff was put on, it wasn't for us particularly. It was for housewives, people who were home all day. They've gotten their chores, their work done, and between the time for them to finish doing their chores to their
have
kids
a
coming home from school and stuff,
have an hour about itself.
and they spend that time with Oprah or Phil Donahue or Sally Jesse Raphael, whomever, right? Who does that now? When you can watch a show damn near at any time that you want to. You know what I mean? Like stuff that like okay, it's not I don't watch what is it? 2020. I don't watch 2020 when it comes on, but the next day or the next week, I know it's going to be over there on Hulu. I can just watch them all. Watch 5
That's true.
episodes.
Only
So
time and I like me some 2020. I only
yeah,
watch it when if I happen to be watching TV and nothing else is on. So I watch it and then but like then you got this beautiful archive of stuff you can just go and pick which one you want to watch.
whenever
You
you
can
feel
binge
like it,
it,
girl.
whatever.
Whenever you feel like it. So I think that God, as much as I hate to be saying this, the more I sit back and think about it, the future is it's going to be all streaming. So if you have a talk show that you want to put in front of people, you need to stream your talk show like Jada Pinkett, and then there will be some people who will join in right there as you're streaming, and then there will be other people who won't come or who will watch it on the rebroadcast, but you're still getting the views. It's just TV is not the same as it used to be.
Mm-mm. No, it's not.
Almost sad. It's just the end of an era, huh?
And we're here alive to tell about it. We saw the
Yep,
beginning and the end.
yep. I'm trying to see what else I had on here besides Nick Cannon and the real being gone. Um, oh, there's a movie coming out on Netflix.
Uh-huh.
It is a South African movie. Now, y'all are into those South African shows or movies. So I was like, let me share this because it's not a romance or anything like that. It's a thriller. It's called Silverton Siege. And
All
it's
right. They
they've got
moving
it
out
coming out. Yeah, they got it coming out coinciding with Freedom Day in South Africa. So it's probably gonna be a bit of a big deal. It's coming out April 27th. That's Freedom Day.
I love. I don't know why I got hooked on these African movies and the Nigerian movies because they I don't know what kind of deals they got on, but I mean they getting they're doing their thing.
Yeah, they say this guy, the filmmaker, is Manla Dube.
Let me get a pen.
This
I'm sorry.
movie is going to be set in 1980, inspired by the real life incident that sparked the global Free Mandela movement. So I think that will be something worth talking about. That will be and while we're here, that'll be something for a more than a movie episode. And I think I needed to re-explain to you because I don't think I've told you what the difference is, like how I'm going to be going forward with these other shows, because some of my patrons would prefer the shorter content. They don't particularly like the long form the long form live streams. And I'm like, okay, because I could cut the live stream up and just release uh what do you call it, subject by subject, so that
Okay.
they'll, but shit, that's just put more work on me. I'll do the videos of More Than a Movie Film Review Friday, unless a really big film is coming out. Then I'll do a live film review Friday. So More Than a Movie Mondays is going to be something that'll be recorded ahead of time. So,
Well, that takes the communication out of it.
well, there is a way that it can be done, and that is by doing a premiere. So I could put the video up as a premiere and have that video lead right into a live stream to discuss. That's something that can happen. Or I can put it up as a premiere and just hang out in the comments and wait for people to, if you watch it during the premiere, then we can all live chat with each other about
Okay.
the.
Oh, both of those are good ideas.
Yeah, so those are two ways that it can be done, but this is something that'll probably be set on a More Than a Movie, so that we can talk on Freedom Day about Nelson Mandela and this Free Mandela movement. And I can finally watch probably a decent one of these African films. I keep getting ones that are not so good. And I'm like, okay, look, everybody is watching these, and I just keep picking ones that are garbage. I watched one that was so bad, I stopped in the middle of the movie. But I was like, this is stupid. I can't do it. And I turned it off. So
Oh gosh.
I
He's
think
like,
this
I can't
would
do it.
be something right up my alley, because it was also a romance, and I'm not particularly into romance movies.
Romance, that's my department. I
What's in
love
the full
the
moon?
movies.
If it's got something besides the romance going on, I'm here for it. Like if it's a thriller, or if it, but if it's just we gonna fall in love, you should have caught me 20, 30 years ago. I would have been all about.
Look, I get mad when I don't know, it's annoying to me when I see movies and it's a not necessarily a thriller. I'm talking about like maybe a scary movie, and then you got people kissing in it, because I feel like you force that in there. It's like these are the things you have to have in a film. So let me hit this bullet point, and
Yeah,
I'm just like, you. I get it. You might think
like
you're going to
this is
die,
a bad time for this.
but maybe, just maybe, those few little seconds that you was kissing, you could try to come up with something to get away.
Yeah,
And the ones that was the worst was Jason. I'm like,
oh, but see, like those was tropes. So that's like the way they did the
they
way
made it worse.
yeah, they did the trope, because these are the things that get you killed in horror movies. So basically, it's the ones that are out there doing the drugs and having sex. Those are the ones that die. Now this sweet little virgin girl over here who's not doing anything, she is gonna be the final girl to live. It's a trope. I I get it. It is kind of played, but they
At
continue to
least we
play it.
last until the end of the horror movie. Now, usually the first 2 seconds,
Baby,
we
you
are the
gotta watch the
sacrificial
movie.
lamb.
What's the name of the movie? I did a review. I haven't edited it yet. And like I was telling them at the top, that review is probably not coming out for 2 weeks. That's how far ahead I am on reviews.
Look at
But
you.
but if you want to laugh, watch the movie Fresh. I'm not
The
gonna talk
who?
about it. It's called Fresh, and it's on Hulu.
Fresh.
Yes. Uh I well, you'll see what I felt when I released the review, but I am telling people to watch the movie. It might do you a little bit better. That movie might be.
I just need somebody, we having these horror movies. Like, can we like come away from the old stuff? Like, can we get some fighters up in here? Like, this go do something. Like, do you have to fall down and scoot a whole mile with Jason walking towards you. Look, it was on again. I'm girl, and I watch them every time. They have them back to back to back, and I'm like, oh, I learned it. I see something that I didn't see before. I'm like, but I tell Jimmy, I was like, do you know, Jason is the only one that has died and drowned and been pulled under, anchored, and everything, but he done got around. He done went from wherever
went to space
the camp was. He done walked to Manhattan underwater. He done everything. He been up in space.
Yeah,
he done everything. I said, boy, I'm telling you, it's funny.
Well,
and I can't believe I used to be scared of that.
I used to too.
And I can't believe I used to be scared of Freddy Krueger, because I'm like, this is funny. This is hilarious. And the makeup and stuff, the special effects, I'm like, I was scared of that.
Yeah, back then that was real though.
Yes. Like we in there hollering, he in my sleep.
Yeah. Now they able to do stuff and it looks so much more real that shit really looks, like you say, it's laughable now.
Oh my God.
Girl, Deadpool 3 has got a director now.
Okay.
The director for this movie is gonna be, what is his name? Sean Levy. That's the same director who did the Adam Project, the movie that I just watched last night on Netflix. And
Adam Project.
Yeah.
Look, you know what? Every time I talk to you, you give me a list of stuff, and I was feeling good about myself. I watched Kimmy. And I watched it. I liked it. Was interesting. I saw some similarities because I caught it right at the beginning. I was like, oh, I know what this is about. But she played that character very well. She was very believable. And I watched Magic Johnson. I thought it was like 3 or 4 episodes out. It's only one.
It's only one episode out.
Yep.
That's probably why they can't get nobody to watch it. I haven't watched anybody. I mean, I haven't watched it yet.
What would you say? You said this was Adam what?
The Adam Project.
Adam Project. And where's it on?
Netflix.
Netflix.
The Adam Project is on Netflix. So the Free Guy and the Adam Project was directed by Sean Levy and starring Ryan Reynolds. And I guess they're like, oh, these two work well together. So Marvel was like, you do Deadpool 3 then. They're in
why sure.
Yeah, negotiations. They're in negotiations to direct, for Levy to direct. And it's going to wait a minute. Reynolds is set to star, and then Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick are writing the script. So we got a script writing duo going. We got a star, and now we got a director. So let's get it. Come on, bring it, Marvel, because I'm ready for this. I'm ready to see what Disney is going to allow Ryan Reynolds to get away with as far as being Deadpool, because
he was roughing them other ones. I was like, is kids watching this?
They shouldn't be, because it was rated R too.
I don't know if I'm supposed to be watching this.
It was rated R too, so it wasn't like it was marketed for children.
Look, I went to the movies and said I seen a little boy had Deadpool outfit on and everything.
Well, yeah, if your parents let you do it, yep. I don't know if I you know what? I can't say what I would do. I cannot say what I would do, because this shit, Deadpool, is not rough when, to these kids. These kids have seen and done it all. I can't say what I would do. I'm thinking, grandchild, you ain't gonna watch it with me. Now, we can watch movies that are age appropriate, but you're not gonna watch Ryan Reynolds play a Deadpool with me. But his daddy might have a whole different idea. So shucks. It's just like with me, how I was talking about Euphoria so much, and I was like, it's not for everybody, and it's not for kids. My niece been watching Euphoria. I was like, she wouldn't watch it with me. Now, if y'all let her do it over there, that's on you. But if she came over my house, we would not sit down and watch no damn Euphoria together. We just would not. But yep.
Now, if they're age appropriate, I would probably watch it, sit and watch it because when they have questions, and I can be
I
there
mean, what
to
is age
answer.
appropriate when you're seeing sex acts and intense violence? What age would be good to say, okay, you can watch it?
I'm supervised.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe around, because I'm feeling like, okay, around 16, because then you got 17, 18, and those are like your, I don't know, those are, as a teenager,
Young
like
adults.
things are
Yeah.
starting to happen, then these are some things that you may see. So I mean, that's what I did with my kids. If they had something
Oh,
that they had a question or something they saw because I didn't have the ability to cut off the iPhone or the phone, or you okay,
propping my
or
back.
or I didn't have that parental thing to
Hmm.
control to do all of that. So yeah, they seen. Look, I didn't know nothing about South Park, but but Devontae
Oh,
told me about it.
South Park is tame compared to Euphoria.
What, not at 9?
Right. But I
I
feel the
was
same
like,
way about
oh,
13 for Euphoria.
I was
13
like,
for Euphoria
oh.
is young.
And then the crazy for my mom, I'm
17,
like,
16 and
huh?
17 for Euphoria is probably okay.
Yeah.
13 is young. And 9 years old for South Park might be young, but 13 is probably about the age I would expect you to start watching South Park. So now these kids is doing things in an entire age bracket ahead of where I think their maturity level is. A 9-year old watching South Park, when they look at it, they like, oh, that's some kids, and they doing stuff like we do as kids, but they ain't gonna jump out the window with they shit on South Park, and now you start to think you can jump out the window. Then you got the kids that's 13, 14 watching Euphoria. They like, oh, these are some teenagers. It's like I'm a teenager. But then you look at all the shit that they do.
You're like,
I don't
no.
want,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, and you said, okay, so we talked about Hulu. We didn't talk about the fact that Hulu is going to start to offer live they're starting to offer their live TV subscribers DVR at no extra charge. That's going to begin on April 13th.
Uh,
And that's because they're trying to keep up with some of these other people who offer live TV, one being YouTube. YouTube has already been offering unlimited DVR. So Hulu was like, okay, well, now we'll offer it. And so if you have live TV Hulu, you will be able to get unlimited DVR capacity beginning April 13th.
all right.
Mm. So now you got a whole lot of stuff. You got Disney, you got ESPN Plus, you got unlimited DVR. Woo! They try to make it real attractive to get Hulu, Disney, ESPN. And I think it is an attractive. If I could afford to get the live TV bundle, I don't know. I probably would. Yeah, I probably would, because that just kind of, what do you say, expands the things that
Yeah,
I
right.
can want.
Yeah.
Who else is this? Oh,
Oh, they're gonna boost it from 50 hours to 200 hours for an extra monthly fee.
mm, well,
9.99 per
now see,
month.
that is not what I've just read in the same article.
Oh Yep, I clicked on the one you get. It says no extra cost. I see what
Yeah, that's what I'm
you.
saying. It said no extra cost.
Oh shoot! You know what? Wait. No, it says the new DVR. The new DVR setup will allow recordings to be played back and forth, fast forwarded up to 9 months. Subscribers previously got 50 hours of DVR storage with an option. Oh, with an option to boost uh to 200 hours for no extra fee. The enhanced um cloud DVR add-on is $9.99.
Was 9.99.
Was 99. Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
got
that
it.
it's the was that is throwing me right. So was
Okay.
now it's supposed to be just added to your.
Well, I need them to tell me how much the whole thing is because they didn't say that.
I thought you had it already.
I don't know. Look, I got to go and look it up because I'm not sure
Oh,
what we
okay.
got.
Well, shit,
Because
that's the only reason I added that.
that was coming from Jimmy had set all of that up, so I don't know what it was exactly. I'm trying. Shoot, I gotta deal with passwords. Oh Jesus, I'm so sick of passwords.
And what is BET her?
Oh,
I don't know what that
another
is.
part of BET.
So why is
I
it
I think it's more geared to the women,
okay?
and I'm only saying that because of the her part.
Right. I'm gonna have to read the article real good because BET her and Tressa Smallwood are producing
Oh,
short films from Megan Good, Naturi Naughton, Tishina Arnold, and Lisa Ray McCoy.
wow.
Yeah, so we're gonna get some short original films from them. And remember, we've been talking about original films. So BET Her and Tressa Smallwood of Megamind Media announced their partnership on 4 original short films from directors. Oh, I love to say the word directors when we're talking about these women. Megan Good, Naturi Naughton, Tashina Arnold, and Lisa Ray McCoy, among others. Smallwood
Hmm.
serves as its executive producer. The dramas will premiere in July for Minority Mental Health Month and October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They'll be available under the BET Her Stories franchise, a platform to empower the next generation of Black women filmmakers through a curated selection of original movies and documentaries. I like that. I like that BET. Now, I have had complaints about BET, but I like the fact that they are empowering these Black women to not just stay in front of the camera, but to step behind the camera and doing these original movies and documentaries and that kind of thing gives them the practice that they need, the confidence that they might need later to do a big budget movie or something. We see,
Yeah.
yeah, they've been in front of the camera for so long. I think that it would give them, if they've got the interest to be a director, let them direct. So all these films are going to be written, directed, and produced by Black women. Lord have mercy, girl.
Yeah,
They
because
might mess
Issa Rae
around.
is doing her thing.
Yeah, they might mess around, make me get BET her,
Ugh.
because that is something uh I would like to really champion behind, especially during Minority Mental Health Month, especially during Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, Black History Month. We just got, through. That would give us a plethora of, and this is women's
And we give more of us to talk about.
right. This would give us a conversation that is put to us through the lens of a woman. So yes, I love men directed films. Yes, I'm not shitting on men directed films, but it's harder for a man to tell a story about a woman, and to tell it with that kind of intimacy that a woman would tell it
Mm-hmm.
with.
Yeah.
Girl, I'm ready.
Yes.
I'm ready.
Yes, I can't wait because Issa Rae is doing some things out there, some
Yes.
good things.
I don't even know. Like, I didn't know what the couch. The third season of The Couch features two new short films about Black women battling mental issues and follows their journey as they navigate through the ups and downs of dealing with their diagnosis. So that one is Megan Good directing. She's directing the original film scripted by Ariel Dreskel, Thin Like Me, which centers on a fitness model's unhealthy relationship with food and body issues and comes to a head with her mother during the planning of her parents' 40th wedding anniversary. Ugh. Behind the Smile is directed by Naturi Naughton and written by Laurie Conway Ray, focuses on a newly promoted anchor woman who falls into a severe depression when she is forced to choose between her dream job and her vitiligo support group. Girl,
Mm.
that's October 8th. And I guess I got stuck there. That's the day my mother passed away. So just the fact, just saying it just made me, it just stuck me for a second. Uh, the fourth season of The Waiting Room features two new short films about Black women battling breast cancer and following their journey of dealing with their diagnosis. This one is co-written by Maggie Francois and Maima Carmo. Tashina Arnold is set to direct. Oh, that's just gonna make me so happy.
Yeah,
So she's set to direct
yeah.
Oh Baby Baby, which focuses on a high fashion entrepreneur trying to conceive a child when she is blindsided by developing breast cancer from in vitro fertilization estrogen treatment. Mm. And then the
You
Pink
know,
Flight. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you speaking of that, you know, I was watching something, and they were telling um young black women, um to, if you can afford it, to freeze your eggs because of stuff like this, because you
Hmm.
don't know what's going to happen down the line. That way, you know, you can go for the career, do everything you want to do, and still have that option fall back to fall back on if you can afford it. And
Yeah.
it was an interesting show. It was on the Breakfast Club. It was this lady. I think she's like some type of doctor, and she was talking about that. That's all that came to mind. My bad.
I mean, no, but that's a good information too, because we our young women now are waiting to start families. Young men too. You know, a lot of young
Hmm.
men say, I want to be 30, 40 before I even start to think about having children. So yeah, that is something. Our last film, the one that's going to be directed by Lisa Ray McCoy, is called The Pink Fight. Is written by Kay Sine and revolves around a female boxer who is diagnosed with breast cancer and follows her battle as she and her wife fight for survival, both in and out of the ring. So that is the list of movies that is going to be coming
Nice.
from these Black women directors on BET Her, which, gosh darn it, y'all gonna have
Another
me watching.
stream.
Yep, yep.
That's all we gonna be doing. We're just gonna be streaming because I'm like, I have the stuff I got. I wouldn't even got if it was for y'all.
Some of these shows, it's so much because there's so many streaming services. So if there is a person who focuses on one, like well, I don't know. I can't even say I focus on one. Like there are some who focus. We'll think about what's his name, Reinhardt, when he always says you need to get Apple TV Plus because that's where your focus
I
is. The
know
shows,
that's for that movie. It's like two movies on there I want to watch
yeah,
now. I'm like, oh.
it
I
ain't
meant to
just
ask my son, do he have Apple TV? Because then maybe he could share with me.
because Pook was like, well, I could get it for 3 months for free. I'm like, well, we might need to do that because there are
Yeah.
several shows that are based on podcasts that are on Apple TV Plus that I didn't get an opportunity to watch because of that. And then there
Mm-hmm.
are also new stuff, new movies in the such coming out. One that you were telling me about, I wrote it on my board. Severance. That's
Yes.
a series, right?
Yes.
That's something, it was a list of things that's on Apple TV Plus. And when I walk past that board, I look at it like that is going to be the reason to get that freaking that streaming service.
Yep.
Now look, there's going to be this true crime series. It's unscripted and it's true crime with a twist called Who Do You Believe? Now, I know you are kind of into true crime just like I am. So this was pretty good to me. We'll hurry up and read this thing to you. It said ABC is getting into the unscripted true crime space. The Disney-owned network has ordered Who Do You Believe from All Three Media, owned producer Lion Pictures. Okay. The series used simultaneous storytelling to take viewers through compelling true crime cases from dual perspectives. In each episode, the audience steps into the shoes of two contrasting narratives to hear the recounts directly from the victims and criminals with never before revealed details. Then the viewer plays armchair detective to deduce and piece together different versions of the truth. There are two sides to every story. There's no telling how far one would go for their marriage, their child, or way of life. I'm looking forward to playing this game.
All right.
Like, who would you hear the story? Remember that one show that had Jonathan Frakes, I think, and he was like, is this fact or is this fiction?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So this to me would kind of put me in the mind of that, like where these women or these people are like telling the story, like, okay, now which side of this story do you believe? And only one side of it is true. I think that might be fun. Hopefully they tell some stories that are not big stories, that are like smaller, that people don't already know the outcomes of.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. I'm down for any true crime.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about the true crime.
It's something about it with women. I'm telling you, we are drawn to it. I guess the more we know, the better chance that we have if we do get it faced with the situation. I don't know.
I'm trying to look up something and I can't remember the person's name. This is pitiful.
This week, on the same day, while you're looking for that, because I can just talk about this. On the same day, we got two new trailers. We got a trailer for Strange New Worlds, which is the new Star Trek show that'll be coming out May 5th. We also got our first trailer for Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's coming out on May. Did I say March 5th? If I said March 5th, I meant May 5th.
May 5th.
Star Trek Strange New Worlds is coming out on May 5th. I hope I said May 5th the first time. And then Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Star Wars show that's coming on Disney Plus, that one is coming out May 25th. So we got the trailers for both of those the same day that I was Wednesday. So that was Wednesday. Clarence was kind enough to put both trailers in the Discord, which there is a link to in the description of this video, wherever you're watching it. So if you want to join the Discord, the link is there. Have at it.
So yeah, I'm so not used to this Discord. I'll be thinking that whenever it's like a texting situation, anytime somebody make a comment, it'll ding, and it don't ding, so I forget about it.
Oh shucks, I didn't even know it wasn't dinging.
Mine ain't ding.
You know what? I don't know. Maybe you have to have the.
Maybe I have to do it myself.
Do
I have to do it myself?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I would assume so because I think I get notifications. And what was you about to say? Because you know we at a hour 45 right now.
No, I text Devontae and I was like, "Hey, I need Apple Plus because I want to watch that Severance." But it was another movie I was trying to see. That's his name. How could I not know this man's name? Samuel Jackson. It was there. I know what things he play in, and I still couldn't get my mouth together to tell me uh who he
Oh,
was.
he was playing an old guy.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of it. Something Ptolemy Gray. Ptolemy something. Damn. What was the name of that show? Something Ptolemy. The Last Days of Ptolemy Gray.
Yes.
Samuel L. Jackson as Ptolemy Gray. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Is this
interested.
out already?
I don't know. I saw it.
It's a series. I
I
didn't know.
don't know when it's supposed. Let me look and see when it's supposed
What
to
the
come
heck is
out.
that?
Oh,
Do you hear that?
yeah, that's the ice maker.
Oh, girl. I'm like, what is that?
Jimmy said his bad.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh. I was like, oh god, I don't want to start trying to mute it.
Because
But
the
as
look
I
on
was
my face is
talking,
like,
he was
what the
actually
fuck is
talking to
that?
me. Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
Oh
Goodness
goodness.
gracious.
That's so funny.
Oh, Lysandra has sent me a super chat. Well, not she sent it in the form of a what do you call these cash apps? She sent it. I guess I better put that up there. There ain't nobody in the audience like that,
That's nice.
but yeah, she sent me a donation. So thank you, Lysandra, for your $40. I'm gonna put that to darn good use as soon as we get off of here. Because I thought I was gonna cook, but guess what?
I was just about to say, are you going to eat?
The
Oh,
lazy bell just rung.
so, so this
Guess
comes
what?
out on Apple TV March the 11th.
March the 11th. That's
So it came
yesterday,
out
right?
yesterday.
Okay. Yesterday?
Yup, today the 12th. Today is my
Girl,
first
why I got the
grandbaby's
wrong date on
birthday.
my look, girl, I got the wrong date on my thing. This say don't forget the spring forward. It say March 11th. No, you didn't want to do this last night. You want to do you want to wait till tonight to do it, y'all. My little sign was wrong. I'm looking at it like, why does that say March 11th? Girl. So okay, March 11th. The Last Days of Ptolemy Gray is on Apple TV Plus, and it is starring Samuel L. Jackson, and I am looking forward to seeing what this thing is about. What do you think? Let me see. Oh, okay, here we go. Ptolemy Gray. I'd say what you think it's about. It's right here. Ptolemy Gray, 91, is on the brink of sinking into dementia, but he
Yep.
experiences a seismic shift when given the opportunity to briefly regain his memories, and he uses this fleeting lucidity to solve his nephew's death and come to terms with his past. Oh, that does sound like it's something that I might want to see. Yeah, it sounds like it might be good. I'll
Well,
watch
you
it.
know, almost anything he's in, almost anything
I
he's
mean,
doing
yeah,
the dang thing.
I think we just like Samuel L. Jackson because some of that shit that he was in was like,
I said
come on.
almost anything.
Yeah, because I mean, I liked Snakes on a Plane. I also am
I did
100%
too.
aware that it was some garbage, but I enjoyed it.
I enjoy Snakes on the Plane.
Some movies you just, yeah, you
Hey, it
forgive.
can happen.
Yeah.
You don't know what people got in their bag. Shoot.
Oh gosh. So look, I'm gonna start to say my parting remarks.
Yes, spring forward.
So yes, don't forget to spring forward. Don't forget to join tomorrow for Stream Something Sunday. You gonna be here, or y'all leaving?
No, we leaving Wednesday.
Oh, y'all leaving next week. Okay. Well, if you're here or not, um, it ain't if you're here or not. If you're here, you and Lysandra are the two people who are the most vocal about wanting to talk about this Bel Air. I want to talk about it too.
Oh, I'm gonna be there.
So I'm like, we can talk about Bel Air, first.
Yes.
Get it out the way. For people who don't want to talk about Bel Air, I've already told them you could come 20 minutes, 30 minutes late, and we'll be just getting started with the Star Trek talk. But Bel Air, we're gonna give it a little time
Well, I
tomorrow.
appreciate you giving it 30 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, if it's longer than 30 minutes, then we just want the next
But then
audience
we're gonna
to
have
be there.
another. Oh no, this is the same episode. Okay. I was all ahead of myself. I was like, wait, there's another one, but I watched it already.
Yeah. So yes, I know we dying to talk about it, and yes, it's really just me, you, and Bun. But guess what? We could take 30 to 45. As long as, like I say, the next audience is ready when by the time we finish talking about Bel Air, it don't matter how long we talk, just as long as we keep it, you know, keep it I guess under an hour, because we still got 2 other shows to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
That was disgusting. Excuse me. Uh, so maybe if we did 45 minutes each, it would be what, an hour and a half, a little over 2 hours. So yeah.
I know I had so much to say about Bel Air, and I get on. I'm like, ain't nobody talking about Bel Air.
They don't be wanting to talk about it, and again, it could be this is another streaming service some people don't have and they don't want to invest in. So I get it. We're gonna talk about it because
but I watched it so I could talk about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I started this mess.
Yeah, you sure did.
So I need to go.
I was like, and then look, I didn't hit the button before I even realized that I'm streaming something. I'm paying for something else. I was like, I can't. Well, the day that it goes off, I'm putting my finger down on it. But you look through Peacock, they got some little movies in there too. I'm like, oh,
yeah. And then like people who don't have streaming, Tubi, even though the movies be terrible a lot of times, Tubi is another source for a good movie if you just gotta watch a movie and you don't have a streaming service. So there, we just gave you that. We gave you some gems. But yes, tomorrow it's gonna be some Bel Air.
Yay!
Live with that.
So
If you don't want Bel Air, come a little late, and we will start with Star Trek Picard and then go into Star Trek Discovery, because that got a little wild this week too, y'all. So yeah,
they got wild on the.
But wild for the storyline.
Oh.
They're going, yes, things is a little crazy. So if you are interested in sharing in any of those conversations, join us tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central Time, and that is after you have sprung forward. So 6 p.m. Central Time. And what else we got? Nothing. Join the Discord. Link is in the show notes. Follow me on Twitter. That's in the show notes as well.
Share and like.
Like, share, subscribe. Yes. You got anything that you want to say before we dip up out of here?
Yes.
Well, say it.
Have you heard about Calvin Ridley? Did you hear about Mr. Calvin?
Calvin who?
Calvin Ridley.
I don't think so.
So Calvin Ridley is a wide receiver for the Falcons. He gonna be sitting for a while. Did you know what he done?
Oh Lord. I'm gonna let you tell us.
So he was like on a hiatus or whatever, but during his downtime, he went and bet $1,500 on an NFL game. So $1,500 versus $11 million, because now he's suspended and banned. He got the Pete Rose edition.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's not even a free agent until I think the end of 2023.
Well, what the hell? I'm looking at some of the things that he put on Twitter as you're telling me.
And in his contract clause, he knew this. It's in there.
Yeah, something wrong with this dude.
I'm just like, and I think they say he put something on Twitter like, like I did it, or some craziness like that. First of all, you should be saying I'm sorry and I won't do it again. $11 million, you won't get paid nothing for 2022. Nothing. Nada.
He said, gosh, I'm trying to go to his. He said, if you know me, you know my character. He said, I know I was wrong, but I'm getting 1 year. LOL. Just gonna be more healthy when I come back. He said, I couldn't even watch football at that point. I bet 1,500 total. I don't have a gambling problem. I learned from my L's. Football is life.
Yeah. I look, see this somebody I could not have been married to because I've been like bopping them. Like, you don't do that.
You don't bet.
And did it in his own name. He couldn't even lie and say somebody picked up my phone, or it was an app. He got on there and placed the bet.
Yeah, he. Oh shoot, it's a little early to me. It's 4:46. I'm looking at this clock over here. Okay, but
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, that's a little.
$11 million.
That's actually beyond a little stupid. That's a lot stupid. Because
11 million
the
reasons.
amount of money, right? The amount of money you stood to gain wasn't going to be your salary. So shit.
And
what a freaking moron!
I'm so glad Aaron Rodgers and his immunized self then decided to stop prolonging this and stay with the Packers. They didn't even take all of that.
I heard that they offered him something that was like ridiculous, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just makes him the most ridiculously. This is about to change the way they have to pay quarterbacks moving forward.
I'm just like that, and then it's just like it's a lot of trading situations. So I don't even know how I got to be interested in this stuff. I wasn't interested in this stuff before, and now it's just like who doing this? I don't know if it got to do with Jimmy or what, but I be on it. I be like, did you see this? He like, no, I ain't see that. I was at work. I was like, oh, I thought maybe came across your phone and you saw it. But did you hear about Deshaun Watson?
Mm-hmm.
So Mr. Deshaun Watson, a grand jury declined his indictment for harassment and sexual harassment and what was the other?
I was just looking at it. I don't even remember. I just was looking at this.
I don't want to be Deftone and call it sexual misconduct, but that's in the area. But this is not keeping him from facing the 22 civil cases that are against him.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, now that it seems like the word on the street is that he's not going to get indicted for this, then it's making him starting to look good to a lot of the teams. And one of the top teams is Tampa Bay Buccaneers is looking at this. It's said to be looking at him, with the exiting of Tom Brady.
Right.
So
they are in the market for a quarterback.
Yeah. So I'm just like, So you're willing to take on all that extra, but not that itself. That would be a strong. If I was the owner, it would be a strong conversation. Like, about what could have been,
right,
and what will happen if this happens while you're on my team, and further, I will go more to say, like, you know what, you need to be mindful of what you're doing and how you moving around,
right,
so you don't get into this predicament again,
or
continue,
because some of these people know. I mean, of course, the situation with the Calvin Ridley guy, that's open and shut case.
Right.
But then it's the Deshaun Watson thing. It is really one person's word versus another. So there are people who know that all I have to do is say it, and these people will have to pay me. So I mean,
Yes.
it's a very precarious spot. If you're a married man, you need to conduct yourself as one. If you need a massage, I wouldn't even go to a massage if that person is not somebody who is sanctioned or paid for to work on me by the team that I play for or myself under the strictest of surveillance. I wouldn't be alone with nobody. I know it's my own paranoia. I know I'm a paranoid
It
person
should be their
anyway.
paranoia too.
Exactly.
Because this is a livelihood. And this is happening over and over and over again. I just think both men and women need to be aware of what they're doing. You just when you making this type of money, hell, when you ain't making no money, you gotta
Hmm.
be careful who you mess around with. People always trying to be get more money
Yeah.
any by any means necessary. So hell, it's some people is y'all been friends for 20 years, but you dangle $1 million in front of them, somebody gonna get choked out.
And that's where we are. Yep. With these people. Like, I don't know. They didn't start complaining about Deshaun Watson here in Houston until he
Mhm.
was talking about leaving the team, being traded. So I'm like, okay, is it did he really do this shit? Or are y'all just trying to slander him to keep him here, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, girl.
It's always those types of questions. People don't, it's all it's not in some cases it's maybe open and shut, but not in all cases
Right.
it's open and shut because unfortunately this is like a copycat. This is, oh,
Hmm.
they got away with it. So let me
Yep.
see if I can get away with it. And it's everybody trying to come up on some more money.
And even further, you said you got away with it, and that means that they'll get away with it. You know that kind of thinking. But then there is also just the vindictive nature of it's not even for nothing else, but just to see you
Your
fail.
demise.
Yep, your
Yeah.
downfall.
Yeah.
And then when you can't even protect against people like that
Because
because you don't know who is out there
and
hoping that
please
you.
believe people are petty.
Hmm.
Reject somebody. If you a male and rejected somebody, or if you're a woman and you rejected somebody or got rejected, and you see you that type of person, and that's how your mind works, then please believe they will
Hmm.
get you too.
Yep.
And
And
people
it's
have
not
gotten things happen to them for less.
a whole lot less.
So it's just like
So yeah.
be careful with that. Especially you making that type of money, everything you do, shoot, you need to have security or I don't know, somebody there.
I would, you know what? If it was something like that, you doing massages, you doing whatever, I got you got to sign that you okay with these cameras running 100% of the time. I don't want you to come near me if it ain't something recording our uh
I'm like,
our encounter.
can't you get the can't you get the massage therapist from for the dude that help your team out, massage your team? Can't you get them? Somebody.
But even if it's them, they can say stuff
Well,
too.
I'm trying to help them out
Yeah,
because
I would want.
massaging is necessary.
Yeah, it's not.
But
I'm not saying that it's unnecessary. I'm saying
no, I know what
that
you
if
said.
you walk your ass up in here talking about massaging me before you put the mitts on me,
The
I'm gonna
mitts.
need cameras everywhere because I don't want you to
There's
do
some old
anything
people.
stupid.
There's some old people shit. The mitts.
Yeah, yeah. Before you put them on me, I need to see. I need to make sure that you ain't doing nothing crazy to me, and then you can't say I'm doing anything crazy to you. We are all protected in here now. If you want to talk, we can have a nice conversation. Talk to me like you talk. You said talk like your old folks. Talk to me like you talking to your grandma. Go ahead on and give me this massage, but you was not about to sue me later. That's for sure.
and and I wanted to talk about the Chris Brown situation
I don't know his
because,
situation.
huh?
They were saying that he did something, and he.
Oh, okay. So the situation, he's got accused of raping a young lady, but he's released some audio or recording, and on there, this girl is clearly saying she still want to be with him. These are basically false accusations, and the girl's lawyer, they've dropped the case, but she stated dropping the case does not admit that this was done fraudulently. I'm like,
Oh, so she's still trying to say something happened.
that's what the lawyer trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
But this is my thing. This right here. I want him. I don't know how much this young girl makes, and I know he got some millions, but he need to turn around and sue her.
And yeah, that's the same way Cardi B did the Tasha K girl.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
taking your power back, man. Like, you can't just be preying on people like this. This is somebody's livelihood. And then the bad part about it is, somebody might actually believe this, and this could cause him not to be able to do something, now or down the line, because this is already out there. Once it's already out there, there's nothing that person can do to persuade somebody else to be thinking
they're going to believe what they believe, no matter what.
So people need to be careful. Maybe she need to be up in there with Jesse Smollett. That's just crazy.
I feel like these people, quit making yourselves easy targets too. I'm glad he was smart enough to keep the correspondence between them, and to at least show some evidence that this person was at one time very into this relationship, whatever kind of relationship it was. But stop being on the scene so damn much. We old. I mean, I'm old. I know Chris Brown is significantly younger than me, but in Hollywood terms, you old. People know your shenanigans. So now you just show up to a place and they're gonna say some bullshit happened. You might need to lay low for a little while.
Yeah. Because I've been watching. I know you ain't watching it, but I've been watching Secrets of Playboy. Ooh, boy, when I tell you my blood pressure up every episode, I tell you, it's heartbreaking what went on in that era in the Playboy era.
It was considered normal.
And it's just like, it's so many layers to it. It's like, how do you promote all inclusive, with pay and things of that nature, but then sexual liberation, but then all of that, then you got all of this ugliness going on, all of this betrayal, all of this mishap, all this covering up going on. And it's and the reason why he was able to do this stuff is because he had dirt on everybody.
Jeffrey Epstein. We bringing it back full circle. Jeffrey Epstein.
Dirt on everybody. Now, really, what makes me uncomfortable about it is that if you're gonna go out there and you're gonna go on a limb and you're gonna name some people, I'm gonna need folks to start naming everybody, because you name dropping only certain people. I mean,
once you name drop me, whoever was there when I was there, guess what? You guys might as well be ready, because just like I got name dropped, y'all gonna get name dropped too. Now, shit. Call me a snitch.
Because Bill Cosby is all up in their name drop. Before he really actually got name dropped, he's part of the pictures and stuff that they always go back to. You see him saying, what would you do for free? That was before we knew, what other stuff he did. And it's like, that house was a playground for just anything and everything. And I literally mean anything and everything.
I believe it.
Because I had to pick up my mouth off the floor a couple of times. I was like, what?
Stay in there. Freaking leaking. Freaking
Oh,
leaking.
everybody, everything. And it's crazy because it wasn't just women. Just men. He had stuff on. It was women and men, and all kinds of stuff. It was just like they were explaining like how he was a warrior and a person of his liberation, sexual liberation is never satisfied. So it's always something to outdo the last thing that they do. I was
Another
like,
extreme. Once you start doing like the bestiality and that kind of thing, it's a wrap. I can't fuck with you.
and his reach was so long, Tasha. Like he had the opportunity to get to kill stories, books, interviews, just silence everybody. And then when you look at the pictures of him, throughout the episodes, it just seems like someone quite right there.
Mm-hmm. The elevator ain't moving all the way up to the top.
Yeah. And this was intentional. Everything he did was intentional. It wasn't by accident. This was intentional. He knew what he was doing, and it's like they talking about the women and stuff like that, but you got to look at the times too. If you in an era where women can barely vote, barely work, just getting a credit card in their name in like the 1970 without their husband with their husband's permission,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And this machine comes along called Playbook that's giving women opportunities, managerial opportunities and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Then you got parents that was coming up in there signing the releases, Tasha, for the pictures and everything. They took pictures gave the consent to take the pictures of these young women before they turned 18 years old. And then they gave away all the rights so they could put this stuff out anywhere. And some of the Playboy bunnies was saying that these videos got put out on porn sites and everything. And there was nothing that they could do about it.
Wow. I'm not the least bit surprised though. Shit. It is, like you said, it is a machine.
And I was like, wow. And
hey,
then it's
Thomas.
Like,
how you doing today?
And then it was
Thomas,
like
you
women
came in at the end, baby.
It was women that tried to, write books and tell what happened. And he squashed them every last book. Every last book, every last interview, everything.
Well, damn, I hope they alive still so they can put their shit out.
Some of them are still alive and they were doing, heartbroken, telling their stories, what happened to them during that time. They still have the Playboy memorabilia. One lady who was his she was like his administrative assistant, something like that. She had they had complaints with the names and everything on stuff. So I don't know what we're gonna see down the line if we see anything, but I'm telling you, the family, they we don't have nothing to do with this. This happened.
They don't have the same power that he had. So that it might be more coming out.
The Butlers was on there talking.
Oh wow, these people couldn't wait.
They were talking about a lot of these girls didn't know what they was coming for. They get all messed up and they get beat up, and they talked about Jim Brown in there too.
Wow. Well, look, girl, I know I told you that I was trying to wrap it by 5. It is 5, and and as you can see, I'm continuously yawning over here, and that's really what my issue is. I just really want to go to sleep.
That's fine. I got to put this spaghetti in. I made some spaghetti and meatballs.
Sounds
from
great.
Scratch yesterday.
Sounds delicious.
Girl, I made over 50 damn meatballs. I act like we got 12 people in here. It's just me and Jimmy.
I was just gonna say that's a lot.
I wanted some meatballs.
Oh,
I don't really want none no more. I ate them all while I was cooking them.
Oh well, you don't even have enough. I'm about to say you could, now you got a few for freaking meatball subs, but you don't even have none left, huh? You was eating.
Oh, I got some. Oh
yeah, girl, I'll make you some meatballs.
Huh? Jesus Christ!
Yeah, make you some meatball subs, girl.
No, I don't eat. It's bad enough about to eat this pasta. What you talking about?
Well, shoot. Well, we will holler at you guys in the next episode. It has been fun as usual, girl.
Spring forward, everybody. Don't forget.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget. I might as well make that like the last thing they see, huh? Let me share it.
Thomas want to talk about Star Trek. That's gonna be tomorrow, Thomas.
Yep, tomorrow. It's a wrap.
At 6 p.m. Thomas.
All right.
Lady. Get some rest. Love you.
Love you too. Talk to you later.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.